Welcome to Working On It. I'm Dr. A and I'm a clinical psychologist aiming to make your life just a bit more manageable. Remember, the tools and the tidbits that you pick up on this channel are purely educational. They can't replace therapy, but with some practice, they can help you along in your daily life. So let's get started. Today, we will be talking about friendship. Do you know they are calling this the loneliest generation and the loneliness pandemic? So I thought it was time for us to talk about friendship, because with all these apps, with all these social media platforms, with the internet making the world closer and smaller, you would think that people feel more connected. Dating apps, no, it is the complete opposite, which kind of is ironic. Do you know that song, Isn't It Ironic, don't you think, right? By Alanis Morissette, and then none of the things she says in the songs are ironic. Yeah. Well, this actually is ironic that all these platforms exist to connect people, but actually people are more single than any other generation and people are more lonely than any other time in history right now. So let's talk about friendship, and maybe we could evaluate and reevaluate the friendships that we have in our lives moving forward. I want to talk and pull from, I was inspired by Brene Brown. I know a lot of people already know who she is. She is a scientist, a researcher, and an incredible storyteller, and she has a lot of work in emotional intelligence, in emotions, how we relate to other people, how we can understand ourselves better. And why is emotional intelligence important? Why do so many people talk about it now? Because the truth is, we can't get away from our emotions and we can't diminish our emotions. They just exist and they give us really important information, actually. So the more we can understand our powerful emotions and that of others, the more we can feel understood, seen, and connected. And isn't that what we all want? To be understood. It's the best feeling in the world to really be understood by someone and to understand somebody and care about somebody in return, right? So I'm going to pull from her new book called Atlas of the Heart. I was very inspired by this passage that she had there, but she also has TED Talks for sure. She's on a lot of different podcasts, and she has a Netflix special as well. That doesn't talk about this book, but talks about her work previously. I really, really recommend it. There's a lot to be learned there. So this one we're going to be talking about apart from, again, Atlas of the Heart, her new book. And what she talks about is she talks about talking about friendship to her kids and how to teach them how to pick friends, how to make connections, and how she and her husband want them to look at friendship. And I wanted to bring it to you because it really falls in line with how I see friendship, whether it's in my professional or my personal life, and how I see that ways we can actually have connections for real rather than just have people to do activities with, right? Which is very different. So what she talks about is to think about your successes, your personality qualities, your traits, your happy moments as your flame, right? Every one of us has a flame, and our flames burn brighter and sometimes not as bright in other times. And that is the essence of who we are. And what she says is that we want to have people in our lives who we want their flame and their beautiful qualities and successes we should want it to burn as bright as possible, and we want to have people in our lives who want our flame to burn as big and bright as possible. And it sounds so simple, but it's so not, because we've all come across by people when we've had happy moments or great things happen or successes who've been jealous or envious or wanted to diminish that flame or dismiss it. And what does it make us do? A lot of times we don't fight it. What we do, as sad as it is we make our flame get smaller, actually. We minimize our accomplishments sometimes. We're told to be humble and, to kind of make ourselves smaller so that other people don't feel bad. I don't think this is necessarily a good thing. I think that, as Brene is saying, you should want to have people who not only are there to want your flame to be as big as possible, but to celebrate that. That is the quintessential essence of true friendship, because it's easy to be there for each other in sad moments, but sometimes when people have really big successes and really big accomplishments, they find that not as many people are as excited for them, right? And it makes them again shrink down. When we shouldn't shrink down, we should celebrate other people's happy moments, and we should have people in our lives to celebrate and be excited about ours. And this beautiful analogy that she teaches her kids is that when the wind picks up for our friend, we should want to entreat them and look at them in a way where we cup their flame so that it doesn't go out and the wind doesn't make it go out. We should never root for people to not have happy moments or to be in pain. We should protect the things that are special about those people. And I really hope that those people protect the things that are special about you in return. Evaluate the friendships that you have in your life, the people that you call friends, and see if that is the way that it is. Or is that something that doesn't exist in your life and it's actually bothered you? And do you notice that when you have happy moments, you have somebody to run back to and will celebrate and be excited for you? Or when you have happy moments, maybe you minimize it a little bit or you say it's not a big deal? Evaluate the friendships you have. Reevaluate the friendships you have. Make edits if you need to. Because at the end of the day, you want to be the biggest, brightest, burniest, flamiest part and version of yourself that you can be. And you want to be around people who you want to be the brightest, most burniest version of themselves as well. Okay? Take a look at your friendships. Evaluate, reevaluate, make some edits. And if you find that you do have people in your life who cup your flame and make sure it doesn't go out, and you so much celebrate them and want their successes and their happy moments, then give yourselves a high five and cherish those people and remind them and yourself how grateful you both are to have each other, because it's not as easy as it seems and it's harder to come across than you would think. Okay? I post videos every Tuesday and Friday, and in the next video, we will be talking about our stories. All of us have this narrative that we tell over and over and over again that describes us, or we think it describes us. We got so used to telling it that we don't even know if it's true or not. We just know that's how we see ourselves, and that's how we want other people to see us. So we will figure out what is the story of our life that we tell ourselves. What lens is it from? Is it the best and truest and most accurate narrative that we're telling? And if it's not, or if we don't want it to be, how do we actually change it? I'll give you a practical way to do that so that your story can be the story that you want, not the story that you just got used to telling over and over again. Yeah? Until then, you got this. See you next time.